What's up, everybody? It is Thursday night. Welcome to the Fantasy and Frames Draft Show. I'm Stacey Perez. I'm your host, and joining us tonight, we have got Rich, we've got Keith, we've got Kevin, we've got Erica, and our very special guest tonight joining us. You know her as Tootsie Pop 6. This is Miss Rachel. She's the founder of the Unwind movement, and we're going to be drafting an Underdog Eliminator here in just a few minutes. So if you're ready, draft country, let's ride. Did you guys like that one? Draft Country,
Let's Ride? Very much like the Draft Country, Let's Ride.
And I love that picture of y'all.
Oh, isn't that such a great picture?
It gets better every week.
Yeah.
We should just add stuff
great,
to
okay?
it. And just
I know it's a
redo
bit,
it.
but I mean, I'm always at my best with my eyes barely open and making that dumb face that I get all the time. So,
yeah, I'm going to use that one as a profile picture for sure. Guys, our special guest tonight is Rachel at Tootsie Pop 6 on the Twitter machine, on X, whatever it is that you call it. She is a writer with In Between Media. She is also the founder of the Unwind movement. Rachel, how's it going? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Stacey. I love the Fantasy and Frames family. I love all of you.
We love you.
Yes, always such a fun time to be here. And yeah, I'm the founder of Unwind, which started last October. There's a series of Zoom events for women in the fantasy space that has expanded to a full-blown community where there's collaborations and we support each other and we empower each other. We have a Twitter chat where we're constantly discussing fantasy football or life or anything, what have you. And it's just a lot of fun. And so the next Unwind is a Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't been a part of it yet, hit me up at Tootsie Pop 6 or at Unwind FF, and I can get you the Zoom link for Saturday and come hang out with us. We'll have some of our friends from Europe joining us. We got some friends in UK that will join us. So come on, let's be fun.
Very appropriate with the Olympics starting. So, I mean, I love that, bringing people together from many different countries.
Yes, definitely.
We have a lot of international ladies, I think, in our Unwind group, right?
Yes, we do. We have 3 from the UK, 1 Italy, and then...
Wait, who's in Italy?
Crystal Score.
I did not know that.
Right. Awesome. I think she grew up in Canada, but she lives in Italy with her family right now.
Yeah.
So she can't make it this weekend. It's her birthday weekend, so we can excuse her for that. But then we have like 5 or so from Mexico, or 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's amazing. That's so fun. I'm so glad that you started Unwind, because it has just been such a great way to make friends like all over the world in fantasy football. Like I just love it so much. And I know we're all getting together at the expo, right?
Yes, definitely. There will be an Unwind dinner on that Friday night at 4 p.m. at Tazi's in Canton. So if you're part of Unwind or want to be a part of that dinner, hit me up for that as well. We're going to have a good time at the expo. So we're going to have a whole Unwind invasion. We'll have our shirts on like Erica's wearing, and everyone will see us around the expo and they'll know us.
Excellent. All right, guys. So tonight we are getting back to drafting. Live drafting. We are doing, like I said, the Underdog Eliminator tonight. Several of us are going to be drafting. If you're in the chat and you want to be drafting with us, please make sure to go ahead, log on to Underdog right now. I'll let you know when to hit enter. So hopefully we're all in the same draft together. It's Underdog, so you never know. But guys, if you just want to hang out, that works for us too. Everybody who's in the chat, please comment on our draft. Please heckle, Kev as much as possible, and try to make him take a running back in like the 3rd round or something. Maybe, who knows?
I give in to peer pressure, so
who's to say? So let's peer pressure Kev as much as possible, see how early he'll actually take a running back. But guys, make sure to also hit that like, subscribe button too, so that you get notifications of when we are live drafting. Spoiler alert, it is every Thursday at 9. And stay online tonight so that at the end of our draft, you can hear more about our listener league that we're doing. We set that up last week, kind of promoted that then. It is that vampire league that we talked about then. So I'll give you some more info on that soon. So, you guys ready? Are we ready to get in this eliminator? Ready to do this?
Yes.
Let's do
There you
this.
go. Kev, do I need to share your screen or can you share your screen?
I've got mine shared, but I'm entering it on my phone because of random location errors that happen when I do it on desktop.
I
So
gotcha. Cool. So you let us know, Kev. You're gonna let us know.
Kevin, you want me to put it on screen? I can.
in 3, 2, 1, I am entering this eliminator.
We need like music or something.
There are 5 more to start.
Yes.
I got a
Mine
wheel. Is it going to take me? Okay.
That's a good question. That's what I'm wondering.
We got 3 people.
Oh, hey. Looks like
Davidson
we're on
says
it.
Kev caught you drafting a running back, or a running back. I don't know where I'm from. A running back earlier the other day, so it is possible.
Like 3 of mine, which was not entirely appreciated, but I'll have a bone to pick with him at the end.
Guys, there's two more spots open in this draft, so if you want to jump on, do that eliminator with us. Guys, none of us have done an eliminator before, so as I said on the Fantasy Football Weekly show just a few minutes ago, if you were watching that, we are popping our cherries on this eliminator tonight, all of us.
Nope.
So
Sorry, Stacy. I'm trying to fix this up, and I've just messed it up. So that's all
I was
need.
like,
Rich, you look good, though, bro.
What's up, everybody?
You look really good.
oh my, hang on,
Hold on.
hold
I
on.
think-
Fun.
I'm trying to get it where we had all of us on the bottom. And as you can see, I got us about 3/4 of the way there. Hold on.
This is
Where's the
this is
rest?
thing that's
Might be
happening.
begging Jorge to come to the rescue.
It's like the Brady Bunch right now.
Right?
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can figure this out. And if not, I'll get Jorge. All right, so is that all of us? That's all of us, right?
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
those were-
That
There's
is
a
all of
six-pack.
us.
Whew.
Yeah.
All right, that was about the scaredest I've been in 45 seconds on this show. It's like, man, Keith, this is why you don't touch buttons or do any of the behind the scenes work. So
You were
I'm
scared. That
just
was the
gonna
biggest
leave
my
that.
face has ever been on this thing.
Oh
I
my
thought
gosh.
you looked great personally, man.
Keith, what did we learn?
But, don't touch buttons that you don't understand. It's like a back in kindergarten.
We
Oh,
do have
man.
one more person for this draft, by the way.
Yes.
so.
Come on, guys. There's one more person out there who wants to draft with us tonight. I know there is. No, there's somebody in the chat wanting to draft. Let's go. Let's do it. I believe in you guys.
I don't know if I got in or not. It's just spinning on my end. So
Oh,
I might be that last person
You
trying to
might
get in
be.
right now.
Who knows? So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what the eliminator is while we wait for that one person to jump in. And since none of us have played in this yet, we pulled up the rules. There it goes. There it goes.
Always a good idea, right, Stacy, before entering any kind of draft to know the rules.
Yes, know the rules, know what you're playing. It looks like we've got a few. We got Kimberly's in there. What's up, Kim? Charlene, I think you're in there. Rach, I see you. Erica. Yeah, there we
Rick-
go.
is Richard in it?
It shows me in there. I'm number 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're Dickel?
Congratulations, you're getting CMC at 102.
Sweet.
I love it. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, so this eliminator, right, it has the same roster construction as all the underdog drafts do, where you're drafting, the 3 wide receiver set with 2 running backs, a quarterback, and a tight end. It's going to be 18 rounds. All of those things, just like the huge on Underdog. This is $10 entry, I think, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, so $10 entries. You can enter up to a max of 150 teams. Guys, what's going to happen here and why this makes it an eliminator is that the tournament's going to have 17 rounds. Each round is going to be consisting of player groups. They're all lined out if you want to see them specifically. If you want me to read them out to you, we will have 0 viewers by the time this draft is over. But basically what happens is you're going to start with a 12-person group, and then somebody obviously is eliminated, right? So rounds 2 through 17. So this goes weeks 1 through 17 with your scoring. Every single week, players or teams from your group are eliminated, basically. And what's going to happen is you're going to get down to 115 final in week 17. It's going to consider there's 110 total entries. Like I said, you can max out at 150 if you want. And then the grand prize here is $100,000. It goes all the way down to cash payouts, all the way to the 14,490th team getting $15. So lots of opportunity to win some cash here and
Love that pick, Rachel.
than normal.
Gotta go Homer there, JJ.
You have
that's
to.
not Homer.
You have to be a
That's the
homer.
man.
The Minnesota tax.
Rachel, are you watching Receiver?
I was just gonna bring that up too, Stacey. Look at
Look
us.
at that.
Thinking. Yeah,
Great
I have. I think I'm 3 episodes in. I love the part when like he showed all his candy. I'm like, oh, I like that.
Right.
It's good to have a little candy stash. It's fun to see their little home lives.
It is. It's so funny too because like you just forget like how young they are. You know.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, they just
Like he said, and he's like living with his parents. It's just adorable. Like I love it.
it's the simple things when he's outside of the football field. I love it.
Yeah, and it was neat too because I didn't know, that was. I always see like the Justin Jefferson that you see on the field. That he has that like persona. Like I didn't know that was kind of like just the thing that he does when he's playing, and he's totally different off the field. So
yeah,
a fun little glimpse. I don't know, man. I could just watch a whole show on George and Claire Kittle.
Oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
Yeah, they need a
Stacey,
reality.
The man crush on Kittle. I mean, where is it at with Laporta? Which one is it? Just
I don't know
more
anything
attractive
about
to Kittle,
Laporta.
and it's more fantasy Laporta, or what's the deal here?
So, Keith, I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't pick Sam Laporta out of a lineup. I have no idea what that man looks like.
So unlike Kate Otten running by you when you're at training camp, if Sam Laporta ran by you, you would have no idea if he didn't have his jersey on.
No clue at all. I would know the number, and then I would know that was them.
Yeah, we are 1 or 2 steps away from like ranking tight ends like a Tiger Beat magazine right now.
We should totally spend an episode doing that. And I think Travis Kelce would still be tight end number 1, rightfully.
You think so? I'm trying to think of all the tight ends.
Who is hotter than Travis Kelce? I mean, like right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on.
I mean, Jonnu Smith is kind of cute.
John, I don't think I've ever seen John. We need to pull them up.
Right.
You know what?
That's
I got one for you.
Jonnu Smith, I'm a Falcons fan. I don't want to hear that.
As a man, Michael Mayer.
Ooh, he has a great jawline. He has an excellent jawline. I will give him that.
How about the people in the chat? Do you have any ideas of
any favorite tight end little hotties? I'll just
tight end little hotties.
Listen,
who's got the best tight end?
Oh, that's a
I love a good pun.
Well, listen, I'm with Charlene over here with her comment here. She's already just like 1 episode in. She already loves Kittle. If it's not like George and Claire, man, like I don't want it. Like I want a George and Claire relationship.
Oh.
If I can't find that, I'll be a childless cat lady forever then.
With you there.
There you go.
We are off the rails. It only took 13 minutes and 28 seconds, but
that's all it took. That is all it took. Oh my goodness.
All right, Stacey, do you want to talk about the draft a little bit, or do we can keep ranking tight ends about how hot they are? I'm good with either way. You tell me.
We'll move on to every position
after party where we rank tight ends. Now I'm just like, never mind, guys. Kev, look at your start here. You've got CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Devonta Smith, and the third. So going heavy, not running back, wide receiver there. Rich, you're at 2. You're trying to like snatch all that value from Kevin on the way back?
I am. I'm just trying to match his speed,
I love it. You gotta match that energy.
The Ayuk fall, I understand there's some trepidation there, but I
think it's good. It should be good trepidation. I don't understand. Like if he gets traded, I think that's a bonus almost anywhere he goes. And if not, he's in San Francisco's offense with like way less targets than some of their other guys. Put up unbelievable numbers last year. And I would be shocked if he doesn't see at least a little increase in targets this season if he's in San Francisco. And again, if he goes somewhere else, I mean, it could end up being where he's like a true number 1 getting targeted all the time.
Right. Like people forget he had 107 targets last year.
Yeah, it's insane
was
what he did.
And a massive 3 yards per out run. Like you can add easily 40 to 50 targets off that. If he's traded somewhere else and he is like the legitimate wide receiver one on a team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering too if sorry, Rich, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think between him and Debo too, like Debo does not get enough love. Has he gone yet? I don't think that he has. Like it's just crazy to me that Debo
No,
is
no,
not
no.
going.
Debo, Charlene got Debo.
Yeah.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah, in the second round coming back.
And I love that for Debo too, especially if Ayuk gets traded, because I mean, clearly you have roles in this 49ers offense where we've seen it when Ayuk was in the doghouse a few years ago. Debo can easily be, handle a lot
Last
of
year
the
he had
downfield
back-to-back
stuff.
like 40-point games. And I feel like that San Francisco, obviously outside of CMC, because it's hard to call somebody a value, it's like RB1. But the rest of those players are all values. Like I think Kittle's undervalued. I definitely think Purdy's undervalued, and I think both of the receivers are as well. And that offense is going to eat. I mean, it always does with Shanahan, and Purdy's only going to get better. This is going to be a second full year starting, third year, starting a significant amount of games. Like, I don't get why the 49ers off, like the Texans offense, the love they're getting, that should be going to the 49ers, who are all lower values and better players, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I was listening to Mina Kimes the other day, and she made a good point with Ayuk. She's like, the Niners like to wait to make those deals and get those deals done. Just like with, Bosa last year only getting signed, right before the season started. So, what she was saying is, she won't really be surprised if this drags on until right before the season. And then, right there at the last minute, we see a signing with Ayuk, and then it's no longer an issue.
Debo's probably the guy out. I would be absolutely shocked if the 49ers, who are a really well-run organization, let a guy, again, of Brandon Ayuk's ability go when he's just kind of figured it out. I mean, he was so frustrating for me because Joe Matz was a huge fan of him playing, I think, at Arizona State. And he's been bragging on him those first 2 years. The talent was there, but he was always either in trouble or there was issues. And then once he's like gotten on the field and kind of figured it out, I mean, he's one of the most talented wide receivers in football. Just look at the catch he made in the biggest game of the year last year. Like, that's unbelievable that he came down with that ball. I love the NFL, behind the scenes stuff that came out of all the reactions of whether it be the Lions players, the Niners players. Everybody was just shocked he caught that ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm taking a look at our draft here. We have a question in the chat here. Anna wants to know, is this eliminator similar to the FCE eliminators? I have not played in one of those eliminators. Do you guys have any?
It is not, because those are super flex. And then I mean, you still get there's defenses, there's kickers and stuff like that. I think it's just really in name only, the word eliminator. But yeah, this is just basically a week, a knockout kind of tourney in your pod, so to speak.
I want to look right here at Kim getting Terry McLaurin in the 6th round here as her 4th receiver here. I think that's incredible value. She started off with Chase, Olave, and then goes down in the 4th and gets T and then Terry. I mean, like that's great. That's stellar. Good job there, Kim.
Yeah, not bad.
I like the Chase Higgins pair. I mean, if Burrow is healthy, we've seen what he does. And then if one of them gets injured, it's actually not the worst thing in the world because it means the other guy's just going to absolutely feast those weeks.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Burrow, I already brought this up on the other show, but since we've got Erica and Rachel here, I want to get their opinions. Are we fading Joe Burrow after that horrific haircut that he showed up with?
Not fading because of that.
We can't. That's not
Rachel
allowed.
Saying translation. I really liked it. She dug it. So
Rachel Eminem is her type, apparently.
Oh, I gotta pick. Let's see.
It's very aerodynamic.
Shut up, I'm on the clock.
I know, but don't you hate it when like you have a favorite player that's available, but then you're like, I should think logically what works for the roster.
No, don't do that, Rachel. Like,
just go vibes only.
Why
Great
not?
vibes.
Yeah, like I mean, if you really like somebody and they're
the vibes always win.
Why not?
Rachel, look at you with Dalton Kincaid here in the 6th round. That is crazy.
Pairing him with Allen too.
Like that. That's what I went for the stack. But then I see another there. Erica took Jaden Reed. I was like, I really want him, but then the Kincaid stack was appealing too.
Look at you. You've got JJ, Mike Evans, who I saw today.
Look at you. Go.
flex. And then Tank Dell, one of my favorites. They're in the 3rd. I love it. This is a great team, Rachel. You might have my favorite team so far. I
think vibing Kevin with the 0 RB is giving me some panic here. I don't normally do this.
I love it. That's a good 0 RB. That's a good time. Rachel, I want to ask you a question since you're not on the clock yet. And this is for you and Rich, because you guys are like our resident Viking fans. Okay. So like,
I thought you was to say Rich is our resident Viking with his beard, but
also resident Viking. Also, aka resident third Kelsey brother.
That's right.
Yeah,
a lot of residents going on here.
He's practically a doctor.
Resident Evil.
When you all were talking of Travis Kelce this whole time, I was sitting here just like, yeah.
Like, that's my bro.
All right. All right now. I can't do it in his voice. Here's my question.
Man, I want you to try so bad.
No. New news. No, I can't do it. Same. What I want to know though is about Jordan Addison, right? I want to know, like, on a scale of like 1 to 10, like, how concerned are you about Jordan Addison? And I'll let Rich answer this first, because Rach, you're going to be on the clock here in just a second. But with the arrest, possible suspension, just some concerning things this season. Like, are you at all worried about drafting him, on your team, or are you pushing him down a little bit in value, or are you just fine taking him where he goes?
I'm definitely a little bit worried, and not so much about what happened, but about how the team reacted. Like, I was really surprised when the team came out and said that they were pissed. Like, when you tick off upper management, you've done something wrong, and I'm just waiting to see what happens next. Like, I don't think that he's going to get I think he's going to get a hefty slap on the wrist. Not a slap on the wrist, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I am a little concerned. I think that there might be a suspension coming for him. But as far as drafting him, I'm still taking him at ADP. I think he's still a good value where he's at. I don't think that because I mean, this will be his first offense of actually getting suspended and everything like that. So I don't think that he will be. Sorry, I'm on the clock. I don't think that it'll be bad, but at the same time, I'm definitely, you know what? He's right there. I am going to take him.
Yes. It's like fucking Beetlejuice again.
What before you drafted him?
What's that?
Did you happen to catch what his ADP is before you drafted him?
I did not. It was it would have been about 84.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
His ADP right now 71. Got it.
What about him on the receivers? Like 30s?
It's like wide receiver, like 35, 36, I think. Maybe a little lower.
I think the huge upside, right? Which in this format, that would be my strategy in many ways, is I want guys that are going to have big games. It's okay if they have some stinkers. And Jordan Addison proved last year that, I mean, he had some monster games. I know that was with Cousins, but
47.
I believe I believe JJ McCarthy is going to be pretty good and should be able to, play fairly immediately. So I like Addison a lot this year.
Nice.
In this kind of format. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he got his yards per route run of 1.5, like almost kind of understates what he did. I mean, 70 catches, double-digit touchdowns. The reason his yards per route run was so depressed is because the dude ran like the top 15 most raw routes last year because he always stays on the field. So, I mean, I think he's going to be
great for Drake London and all the people that are high on the Falcons this year, because similar offense for their receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, kind of throw the Bengals in there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we think JJ's starting week 1?
McCarthy or Jefferson?
I don't think he's starting week
McCarthy.
1.
Probably not.
McCarthy, no.
I think maybe 3 weeks or something.
I don't know. Darnold usually when he starts a game, because remember Carolina with him and Baker, he was like horrible immediately, and I'm pretty sure it was by like week 2 or 3. He had already lost the gig. So I mean, you're probably right. I just, Michigan runs a fairly pro style offense, and they say McCarthy's one of the guys that's most ready. Maybe that answer is from Jefferson and them, but I don't think it's, out of the question, say starting week 1, but I agree. It's probably Darnold, at least the first few weeks.
So
Yeah.
their schedule. Oh, sorry, Kev. I was gonna.
I was just gonna say, if I gave you guys like week
Mm-hmm.
4.5, week before or earlier or later than like 4.5.
Take the under.
The week JJ McCarthy starts.
I think Darnold's doing 3 weeks, and then 4th week is JJ. That's what Rachel's take is.
Stacy's looking for the bye. I know what she's doing. She's a smart girl.
The bye was week 6, but Rach, you know who they play in week 4?
Who?
Go Pack Go in Lambeau.
Well, that's a definite win for him either way. So,
hey,
well, it depends how the first couple weeks go. I don't know.
Drive by.
They're gonna want to win that Packer game, so whoever they're gonna feel more trustworthy with.
No,
Packers are biggest rival.
Yeah.
There was an article that came out with a breakdown of what oh wow, I forgot. Kevin O'Connell really wanted to do, because he was there when in Washington when oh dang it, and now I'm going to forget that quarterback's name.
RG3?
Nope, the quarterback that passed away.
Haskins.
Haskins,
yeah. He was saying how they rushed him into it, and it was way too soon for him to go, and he doesn't want to do that same thing with JJ McCarthy. Like, he wants to make sure that JJ is ready when he's ready. And so I do think that he's going to put in Darnold for as long as he possibly can. And even if Darnold's not ready, I think it'll be Mullins before it's JJ McCarthy.
Oh
wow.
Getting dark, man. Come on, dude. He was great for DFS last year, but oof.
Like, the only thing I hate about like coaches and GMs is that like we all know nothing about how to draft quarterbacks and how to assess whether, like, Jordan Love sat for 3 seasons, and now Jordan Love is one of the top rising quarterbacks. And if maybe they'd started him sooner, I know obviously Rodgers was there, but you never know. So you already used 4/5 of Jordan Love's rookie contract. I would say the most valuable asset for a team to have. Yep. I'm on the clock, but yeah, you got to take a case by case.
Why I'm frustrated. Michael Penix was drafted by my Falcons, who just spent $150 million on Kirk Cousins. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But if it works out like Jordan Love again, I'm good.
Can I
bring it way off the rails for a second? Because I've been dealing with some assholes, and I want to know, who is the bigger a-hole? All right, so you have the group of people that drive either the speed limit or we'll just call it slow in the far left-hand lane on the interstate and will not get over. Or would it be somebody when they go to like a Chick-fil-A or a gas station and it takes them 10 minutes to decide what they're getting, whether that be like their meal, lottery tickets, the cigars, like, you name it. But it's like, you never been to a gas station? You've never been to Chick-fil-A? Like, I think you should know what you want when you get to the counter, or get the fuck out of the way. So that actually, I think, is even a bigger gripe for me, even though I hate people who drive slow in the left-hand lane, because that's where all the craziness comes from on the road, is people swerving around their selfish asses.
It's drivers in the slow lane, man. Because at least when I'm sitting there behind somebody in line and I'm waiting for them to look at their order, I can get on my phone. I can do stuff. If I'm driving and I'm just stuck there looking at their license plate,
and that was this week's edition of What Grinds Our Gears.
One of my favorite episodes ever. Listen, girls, which one do you hate more?
Listen, I 100% think that there should be, because all Chick-fil-A's now, right, there's 2 lines, right?
Right.
So I want one line is for people who don't know what the hell they're going to order or have never been to
what I'm talking about.
You go in that lane, and then for the rest of us that are about our business and have used the mobile app and have it ready when we roll up. All you have to do, hey, here's my name, got it, boom. First off, too, another gripe, side quest over here. If you're not using the Chick-fil-A mobile app, I don't know what's going on.
I drive a hot pink Miata. Give me my food.
And you literally I go inside, and the second I order it, like if I'm 10 minutes away, I just go and say, yes, I'm at the restaurant. Yes. I walk in there, grab my food, go.
It's there. Every time. It's ready for you.
Yep. It's amazing. Life-changing.
Yeah. Seriously.
Also, I have like a tiny bit of anxiety with ordering in a drive-through line if I don't know what I want. So I will go inside. Like, I will get out of the car, go inside. No, you're not yelling at me.
That will go in, and instead of taking up the drive-through lane.
Yes.
Love it.
But yeah, I hate people that drive in the fast lane, even drive the speed limit. People need to pass you. People don't care about the speed, especially here in Texas.
William gets it.
If you guys have ever driven in Texas,
come to Georgia. Just come to Atlanta. You get people like reading the newspaper and doing their nails in the left-hand lane going 55 miles an hour. And it's a 70.
Oh, shit.
My boss watches TikTok on her way to work every day.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Yeah. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Holy cow. No. No.
Oh, shit, I'm up.
I used to
Y'all are distracting.
Well, William's got an actual football question for us here. He wants to know both options. He's going to raise us a worse type of asshole. That one driver who snipes Tua way ahead of ADP when he has Tyreek or an Achane stack.
I have a raise on that. And then
zero Dolphins. William, are you in the draft? Did that actually happen tonight? Or that sounds like a very specific gripe.
If it did not happen tonight, I'm pretty sure it's happened in the last 24 hours of the last week.
As the Tyreek
raise on that.
Go for it, Kevin. I want to hear this.
Taking 2 Texans and getting sniped on CJ Stroud. Ooh. I would say that's way worse.
That is way worse.
Was that you?
That was
that's been me a bunch of times at least.
Especially
on DraftKings, which I have drafted more teams on DraftKings, by the way.
Look at you. Because you have to take all 3 of those guys, potentially even mix in on Houston before you get to Stroud. So like you're already setting yourself up, and then when somebody snipes you on Stroud, that's just rude. That's rude drafting etiquette, I think.
It's not what we do around here.
Exactly. That's not how we behave.
It's really disappointing seeing Jaden Daniels move up so much in drafts like lately, because I was planning on drafting him anywhere and everywhere. Nope. And now he's getting to the point where it's like, I'd probably rather have Purdy around later, or, just punt on it completely and take like Stafford and Baker, or, just some kind of combination of these guys that, are going to throw a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Because I think Daniels has an extremely high ceiling. If you just think of what these running quarterbacks do right off the bat with this throwing ability.
You just saw me do something that I haven't done at all this draft.
Double tap?
No, I drafted Ezekiel Elliott.
No.
I was going to say double tap running backs.
I was going to mention Brown. I like Chase Brown.
In this specific build with Jonathan Brooks and Chase Brown, you need early season touches.
I love the Brock Bowers play. You know that. That's my guy. That's my tight end.
One thing I've seen, by the way, and this is not to gripe at fancy Twitter X, whatever, is that Chase Brown has been pigeonholed into this like scat back archetype. The dude is like 3 pounds less than Zach Moss. He can handle the full workload in Cincinnati. That's all I want to say.
No, it's off your chest there. Willie Bob, Steve, you're just becoming a hot man in the chat. And this is in all caps for our listening audience. The Houston snipe makes me question how much I value my freedom. 2 hots, a cot, and winning in a winning roster might be worth it. I hope they said that in the.
I mean, this is still America, right? Like this feels like communist
for now.
That shit's happening. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Yeah. Right? This economy, there is no economy where we stand for that.
Oh my God. We are flying through this draft.
All right. While we do this, Stacey, let's get each of the people drafting to just kind of go through their roster through now.
I love it. All right. Well, Kev, we'll just start with you and roll on down since we're at the end of round 11 there.
Yeah, typical 0 RB start. You get CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Devonta Smith. I get Jalen Hurts on the wrap, by the way.
Hello.
Nice little Lamb Smith Hurts correlation, because I'm going to win this thing in week 17. Christian Kirk, like I said, very concentrated passing game in Jacksonville. George Kittle, we just talked about him. Xavier Worthy, a really massive baller in this draft. I got him a round and a half ahead of ADP. Jonathan Brooks, Chase Brown, Zeke Elliott, not the sexiest of running back rooms, but you got to get the early touches when you draft Brooks and Brown. And then Brock Bowers, don't have to worry about tight end for the rest of the draft.
No, you're done. You're done at tight end there. I think it's great. Rich, give us the lowdown.
All right, so I started off with Tyreek Hill, my number 1 wide receiver. grabbed Brandon Ayuk on the way back, and flipped over to DK Metcalf, which that was actually kind of a panic pick. I'm going to be entirely honest. I had like 2 seconds left on the clock and surprised that I got him. Got my tight end 1, Kyle Pitts, and grabbed my boy Josh Jacobs, who I think is going to feast this year. And then you all convinced me to grab Jordan Addison when I probably should have taken Xavier Worthy. And I grabbed Keon Coleman because vibes. It was just straight vibes. I love Keon Coleman. And then I decided it was time to start picking up some running backs. So I grabbed Zach Moss, who should be the starter for Cincinnati. Devin Singletary, who should be the starter for the Giants.
Oh, he will be. Look at the rest of that running back roster.
Right. Gus Edwards, who should be the starter for the Chargers. It's a bunch of should-bes. And then before I lost my chance to have my stack with Tua, I grabbed him quick.
Well, you got to get Tua when you can get Tua. Who is up next? Is that Rachel?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the Tootsie Pop here. So I rarely go 0 RB. It makes me panic and I get like this heart palpitations really bad.
We're proud of you, though.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, because I couldn't pass up Justin Jefferson. He was sitting there right in front of me. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. And then Mike Evans, I'm big on what he produced last year with Baker. I'm like, I'm going all in that. And then I really love Tank Dell. I'm like, I couldn't pass him up. And then Josh Allen was sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'll take him. The QB1 projected to the season. And then Dalton Kincaid to stack with him, even though I really wanted Jaden Reed. But I'm like, okay, I can do the stack and I can have an elite tight end. So I went with the Dalton. So I went logically thinking with a fantasy brain, even though I really wanted Jaden Reed. So we'll see if I regret that. And then I got my running backs. Joe Mixon is going to be consistent and reliable. Same with Montgomery. And Raheem Mostert is my guy this season. He was a vulture last year with 21 touchdowns. Let's go. Maybe not 21 this year, but maybe 16. Let's go.
I'll take 16 touchdowns for Mostert all day.
Yeah. And then Khalil Shakir should be another good. Oh, that's another stack with Josh Allen. I didn't even realize. Yay, me.
Yay, me.
Love it.
Dak Prescott, I love him. I've always been a fan of him. So he's like another good quarterback. Dalton Schultz, I had to go Dalton times 2, for my tight ends. And then Mike Williams, I've always been a fan of him. So if he can stay healthy, he's going to be good.
Nice. Love it. Erica, let's hear your team.
Yes. So I grabbed Puka in the first and then Nico Collins, which I have to have some kind of Texans on my team. Have to. The third, I grabbed Michael Pittman Jr., who I love this year. And then grabbed Sam Laporta. He was actually the third tight end off the board. Sniped Jaden Reed from Rachel after that. And then Anthony Richardson to stack with Michael Pittman. And later to stack with Josh Downs.
Yes.
So I got that double stack there from the Colts. My 2 running backs, Kenneth Walker and Stevenson. I mean, they're serviceable. It's fine.
I think that's great value where you're getting them.
Oh my God, 7th and 8th round. Absolutely.
Walker is awesome there.
Yeah. Walker definitely fell to you there because right here we've got, this is like the
and Ramondre.
Yeah. Aaron Jones.
A lot of volume.
Montgomery zone. I think, Walker probably should have gone a couple rounds earlier. I would bet.
Okay. I'm on the clock. 1 second.
Oh,
yeah, you're good.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
I just drafted Demario Douglas and then I got a sleeper alert. Like he just changed to questionable. I'm like, thank you, sleeper.
That's okay. It's July, Rach. It's July.
I'm questionable every day. My
every
day
day.
is questionable every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed on that.
At this point, all right. So you're on the clock. Erica's making her pick. She's got, let's see, Daniels and Nick Chubb, Josh Downs, Tyler Algier. Did you guys say Algier or Algier? How do you say that?
Algier.
And the only reason I know that is because Atlanta, because my country bumpkin ass can't pronounce anything, but it is definitely Algier.
Well, good. I like that much better. Erica, how do you feel about the last couple picks on your team?
I mean, I like the stack of Josh Downs with Richardson. I think Downs could be pretty good this year. And then Algier, always a good backup.
Let's talk about your freaking quarterback. So, oh my God, like the potential of those 2 guys is outrageous.
Jaden
and Richardson.
That's right. Yeah. Anthony Richardson.
And I hate drafting early QBs, even in like super flex leagues, anything. I do not draft early QBs. I always try and wait for the value. And that was great for me.
No, I mean, if he hits this year, if he stays healthy and he does what we all expect him to be, I mean, like that's a league winner for a lot of
Look
people.
what Jalen Hurts did in the same offense his first year, and I think Richardson is a better talent and has equal weapons around him. And with Jonathan Taylor, like I think the Colts offense is going to be sick if Richardson stays healthy. Which fluky injuries last year, really, it wasn't. I don't think anything other than that. Yeah.
I want to get to Willie Bob Steve's comment over here. He says, happy to finally be here for a live show. I want to give a serious shout out to your crew. Discovered the show when he was prepping for Scott Fishbowl 14, his inaugural Scott Fishbowl. Welcome to the Fishbowl life. He said, our advice was solid. Your roster is kinky. I have never heard anybody's fantasy football roster described as kinky. And
what is wrong with you? Our roster's kinky every year.
I'm going to use that now.
Kink shame. Don't kink shame.
This is a pro kink show.
No judgment. It's a judgment-free zone over here. Well, thank you for the live show. We have enjoyed your comments, Willie Bob Steve, and I hope to see you again.
Absolutely.
So I just noticed what Charlene did to me. She didn't like the snipe I did to her, so she took my Adam Thielen. Thank you, Charlene. I know you did that on purpose.
Is Charlene Boom Chicka Boom?
Yes.
What an amazing name.
Boom.
She did you a favor, Rachel.
Don't say shame on my Thielen.
Hey, I've met Adam and Caitlin.
Oh, you have?
So I have.
Yeah. Oh, I bet they're wonderful.
I booked them a cruise, by the way.
Did you really?
Way back before I was a fantasy analyst.
Did they go all out?
You had a life before this?
Come on, Kevin.
Somehow. What do I want to do here? I'll probably draft Jalen Wright at least.
Running back.
I love you taking
I just
Burton
want
there,
to clarify the kinky comment about
right.
Go back to that.
Why are we clarifying? Just leave it.
No. I want to make sure that everyone sees that. Who would like to go ahead and read Billy Bob Steve's comment here?
Keith got it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll say it. It says, allow me to explain. My roster could fuck me or thousands of others. So I don't really consider that a kink unless you're, I don't know.
That's hoe behavior.
Yeah, right? Like, shame, bro. Whether it's, yourself or everybody, it's still, same.
So it's like self or Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes, exactly. And see, we are back. We're, are we ever fully on the rails? I don't think
Hopefully
so.
not.
But that's why you love us, guys. That's, come
I feel like last week we were very tame.
Yeah.
This week, back to
I'm here this week, guys. I'm here. So don't worry.
Just need a little tipsy pop in our life. That's all.
Exactly.
Right.
I want to know real quick. I don't think we've asked this yet. Rach, I know you're going to be on the clock here in a minute, but is there a player that you are not touching with a 10-foot pole this season? You don't want them anywhere on your roster in any circumstances at all?
Well, it's always Deshaun Watson. I will not touch. I will not draft him no matter what. I will not draft him.
I'm with you.
I will not draft him. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I think I'm open to anybody else.
But that's from hatred, right? Like more than just
he's
he's an
not
awful
a good
human
person.
being. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like he's not going to have a place on my squad.
There you go.
Oh, that is not happening. Let me see
It appears karma is alive and well if you look at his NFL career since and still thriving. Luckily in 2024.
Anybody else have any really strong feelings about a particular player? Somebody you just like, no thanks, I'm good this season.
Zeke.
Sammy Borda.
Says the Rico Dowdle.
I know.
Yeah.
Ricky
Get out of here, Keith. Whatever.
That's the number one tight end. That's where he went the first 30 drafts we saw.
Dude, if he fell to you in the fourth round, you would take him.
That's what I'm saying. No, for sure. I clarified. I would definitely if he fell, and to me, honestly, outside of the Deshaun Watsons, I really try to not say I'm going to be out on anybody because there's always a situation where if they fall 3 rounds and they're just sitting there, it's like, okay, I'll play chicken. I'll take the guy that's going to get the most targets or have the best chance to be a number one running back, even if I don't particularly love him,
Yeah, I think for me it might be Quentin Johnston. Honestly, I just.
Ooh, you're already giving up.
No. Yeah, I didn't. I mean,
wow.
Come on. Were we really inspired last season? Because
who's really the lad lover here then? Because I mean, I thought it was me when I get my T-shirt, but
Lad McConkey, truther all the way here. I love Lad McConkey.
So would you rather have Palmer too?
What about Palmer? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Palmer's the better value, honestly.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah. I think he'll honestly, I think
Palmer. I just meant over Johnston with her.
Hell yeah. Over Johnston. Absolutely.
All of y'all feel that for sure.
I don't think QJ's like completely dead, but I'm not going out of my way to draft him.
Are you worried because he's not gonna? It doesn't look like he's gonna play in the slot. And to me, that's the answer to them getting him involved. Is that's where he was good in college. And he's really struggled on the outside at least his first year.
I just feel like they would have fixed that if they thought that was the problem. They would have fixed that last year.
Well, we'll know if they trade him to the Panthers for a conditional 6.
Oh my God, no more.
Wow.
No.
I was just going to say the Chargers receiver that you really want to have is the one that just went, and I was waiting to grab him.
DJ Chark.
Yeah.
What?
Rich, how dare you?
Are you being real or
you
not?
want to have his Lad McConkey.
I'm being real. I'm being real.
I believe you, but I'm saying the second wide receiver.
Second wide receiver. Yeah. I don't get me wrong. All about Lad. That's for Lad. That's what we're here for.
But, Lad,
I love DJ Chark. I love DJ Chark. I really do, and I think that he's going to have a great time there with Justin Herbert.
It's the best QB in a long time for sure.
Yeah. Where did Herbert go? Oh, sorry, Rach. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have a dumb question that I've been pondering as I prepare for my fantasy drafts. Like we always hear caution about, we worry about rookie tight ends, and sometimes like rookie running backs, they take a while to get acclimated. But we seem to go all in on rookie wide receivers. Why is that? I don't know if that's dumb, but.
I think that the offenses have changed in college also to where like these guys are more ready to play immediately. College teams are throwing it so much more. NFL is starting to copy a lot of the stuff that they do at the college level. And I think it's changing if you look at it for tight ends. Look at like guys like Sam Laporta and Trey McBride last year. Like I think that's going to happen with Bowers this year. And even with running backs, like, I mean, come on, running backs is throwing shit at the wall and just hoping it hits. So I'm going to take more upside on guys that haven't played yet that I think are talented than some of these schmoes that I've seen kind of what their ceiling is.
Yeah, and I think too with the tight end position, like those guys are coming in and they're not just asked to be part of the pass catching situation. They're also asked to block, right? So you're having them learn 2 completely different, positions as a rookie. And so that's going to take them a little bit more time to kind of get acclimated and get, adjusted to the NFL. They're having to do 2 things as opposed to just focusing on one. And I think, the research would probably show Laporta obviously had a historic season for rookie tight ends, and most of those guys aren't going to have those seasons like that, even if they are studs coming out of college. I mean,
I'm just saying, Cal Pitts 1,000 yards 3 years ago, his rookie year, 70 catches. Look what McBride was averaging the last 7 weeks. It was like the most points of I think any pass catcher in football. I think that they're so talented and they're using them. Like I think Bowers in Vegas is going to use this wide receiver a lot, just like Cal Pitts and stuff. They literally went out and said that he's going to play wide receiver a lot this year. So I think if a guy's going to be in that situation, why not? It's just, to me, it's been easier to catch passes and throw the ball in the NFL because that's kind of the way the league's shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hit rates on those wide receivers are exponentially better than a lot of the running backs that you get now. I mean, you could still get the profiles of like an Audric Estime, of like we've seen like a lot of 4th round running backs get a lot of buzz, with Bucky Irving, with Kamani Vidal, guys like that, Ray Davis, those guys. But yeah, we're looking at like a Puka Nacua last year was a really good yards per route run profile. He was the best wide receiver in 2022 in terms of yards per route run. And then because he transferred to BYU from Washington, he was kind of an afterthought and then kind of took the league by storm just because he had the opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity for a lot of these.
It's like luck because if somebody gets hurt and,
Jermaine Burton is pretty much tailor-made. If he can get on the field right away, once he gets on the field, he's going to be running 80 to 90% of the routes as the third.
Don't you think he will be on the field week 1? Because I do.
Yoshivas is getting a lot of training camp buzz at the start, so he might get worked in. But I think by like mid-season, Burton's going to be a regular.
He's really talented. Saw him both at Georgia, obviously, and at Alabama. Yeah, like he is super. He's a prick. Don't get me wrong, but he is very. No, like just go back and watch like some of the stuff he's done. All like I'm talking about at the games in the end zone with fans and other players. He's a dick, but very talented dick, you know. And those are the best kind, right?
Absolutely.
I like talented dicks too.
I take exception to this.
Rachel.
We're getting kinky again.
Somebody timestamp that one. First time watcher here in the chat. We got Charles. No AZ cars.
Cheers.
Stay with us, Charles. Stay with us.
Hang on.
I'm not going to be invited back. I'm sorry.
No, come back.
Oh, we got Charles over here. Was it rounds 15 through 18, which is where we are now. We're coming in around 18th. Get your guys. Apparently tight ends also. But yeah, I think this is definitely prime. Get your guys.
Double entendre.
Territory. Oh, I can't talk tonight.
One of them.
They're one of them. Khalif Raymond.
Hell yeah, Khalif Raymond. One of my favorite last round picks in any draft.
Another guy that's going to get on the field for the Lions.
And if I'm wrong about Jamison Williams, could literally be the number 2 wide receiver.
Or if there's an injury.
And he's been efficient in his career too. Yeah. He's not just like a plain route runner like Darius Slayton, who literally will run off safeties. Like he can be efficient on his own.
Let me ask you guys this. Outside of Pickens, because I know he's the number 1 wide receiver for Pittsburgh, what wide receiver do you want in that Pittsburgh offense? Is it Wilson? Is it Calvin Austin? Like, I've been interested to see how that's gone. I know people laugh. Calvin Austin was somebody I was huge on coming out of college. And when he got drafted by Pittsburgh, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be great. And then they drafted Kenny Pickett. And I was like, never mind. He's not going to be great. But Wilson could throw it down the field. I like Austin a lot. And I think Roman Wilson is going to be a great number 3 receiver. I just think Austin has a chance to be somebody that puts up some huge games with his speed and athleticism.
Well, let me ask you, because you're very familiar with their offensive coordinator.
He's a good friend, a good personal friend. I drove him to the airport, Stacey.
Did you help him pack up his house?
Oh, I burned it. I didn't pack anything.
Hypothetically, in your mind, you burned it down. Yeah, man. How do you feel about that though? Do you? Because I tend to think that they're going to be more like a ground and pound, just like running it with Najee and Warren all day.
Yeah, but remember, that's what Seattle was, and Wilson's so good in the play action and throwing the ball down the field. It's still something that he's elite at. And I hate Arthur Smith, but it's a little bit like Shanahan. I can't deny he's a really good offensive coordinator. Like, if you look at his history when he's been at OC, he figures out ways to run the ball. It's why I'm high on like Harris and Warren this year. And Russell's proved he can thrive in, a situation where it's still run heavy.
Nice. Well, guys, that just wrapped our draft. How do you guys feel? Have you got the board, right?
Yeah. It should have shared. Hold on.
So this means we have a 4-12 chance, right, to have somebody advance, at least for week 1, but the other 3 are eliminated, right?
And one of these teams, hopefully somebody who drafted with us tonight is going to be able to draft. I see, Charles, so you're in the actual draft too. So I see you there. You're team 10. It looks like drafting right after Erica.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
He looks like the Thundercats too. His emoji does.
Oh, the little dog. I want to ask everybody.
Is that a dog? It looks like a Thundercat symbol, but yeah, I guess
Yorkie. Might be a Yorkie.
Might be. So everybody, I think on here has a different little avatar dog. Have you got the dachshund? Tell us about your dachshund.
I had a dachshund, so that's the only thing that I really wanted to have. And green obviously is my favorite color. So
tell us about your wiener.
Right.
Ask me about my wiener.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm a 13-year-old boy. I can't pass that up.
Oh, I love it. That's what she said.
What kind of dog do you have as your avatar?
Was that were you asking me? Sorry, I'm still laughing. I have a German Shepherd on mine, and that was because of my Remington that I have. He is a German Shepherd mixed with like a bunch of different things. He's a mutt, but he looks like a foot tall German Shepherd.
I need a picture ASAP.
I will send you one.
Okay.
He's adorable. He's adorable. He's a bastard, but he's adorable.
Hi, Jameson.
Oh, Jameson, I'm
So
sorry
Jameson,
that you're
Really? And back on these type.
man, I know we are more off the rails than unwind. 100%. We do. Everybody does love the Eliminator joke. Come on now. Yeah, I don't know about that. Bob. Rach, what kind of dog do you have as your avatar?
I don't know. I didn't pick it. Can it
Looks
be
like a
my cat?
lab.
It's a lab.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, looks like a lab.
I didn't know you could change it, so mine's default, I guess.
Oh yeah, can you change it?
You can.
I had no idea
this time because that.
Oh yeah, because y'all's are the same. You're right.
Yeah. We're new to Underdog.
there's only so many that you can choose from.
They don't let you pick cats, so that seems kind of discriminatory.
I know, right?
And I know it's
when you start
undercatfantasy.com,
you can have as many
for my trademark
calicos and Siamese cats as you want.
Keith and I are doing that.
Damn right.
2025.
Where do you get your ideas?
Kevin, we might cut you in.
Oh, guys. All right.
Well,
so great. Oh, go ahead. Did I
got nothing. I just didn't want to see.
Listen, Charlene says she picked a Frenchie because she has a Frenchie and she's pushing 12 in diapers. That is
cute.
They're my favorite. They get so cute.
They are so cute. Guys,
get little grays.
Buddy. Thanks everyone who joined us in our draft. We've got a special draft coming up here, our special listener league that I want to tell you guys about. We talked about it last week. Want to talk about it again this week and get some more info out for you guys so those of you can join us. So we're doing, like I said, a listener league. It is a vampire style listener league. So if you're not familiar with what a vampire league is, I'm going to explain it to you. So basically what's going to happen is that one team is going to be the vampire. Okay. And that team is going to be us here at Fantasy and Frames. Okay.
We want to suck your blood. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm glad you said blood.
Blood.
Yeah. It's just
there has been a lot of wiener talk
to be clear.
So it's fair.
Jason,
Lord have mercy.
Perform, Jameson. We're wild. Charlene, I've got your team name right here, and I'm actually going to share it with everybody. But basically, so one team is the vampire. Okay, and what that means is that when we're doing the draft, that team that's the vampire is not drafting, so they don't get to pick anybody at all. What they're going to do is after the draft, they're going to go into free agency. They're going to get first dibs on any free agents, and they're going to have to make up their team with who's available in the free agent pool. Then once the season starts, you're doing those head-to-head matchups. So it is a redraft league, so you're going to have to manage something. Not a best ball because we can't kind of do it like that. But once you start playing, and if you lose to the vampire team, that means we get to come and take whatever player off of your squad that we want. Okay, no questions asked. We get that player. So, it's a smaller league. It's going to be 10 teams just to kind of make it a little bit more competitive so that there are some actual players that are going to start on.
Yeah, we're not trying to work miracles here, okay? It's going to be tough enough letting 9 teams be drafted and then putting the team together, okay? So deal with it.
Exactly. So what we're doing is we are teaming up with Dynasty 365 here. If you guys, watch 365 on Wednesday nights at 8, we're going to be teaming up with Chris and Rich there to do this as a listener league, combining our listeners. So
we're letting a Saints fan into the thing.
What?
Chris is a Saints fan, isn't he?
Not that. No. We're talking about
that still. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I got confused. I was like, wait a minute. We needed to discuss this before.
And I think that's Rhett who's the Saints fan.
Is it Rhett?
It's Rhett who's a Saints fan, right? Chris isn't a Saints fan. I don't know. Chris B, are you listening? Let us know. I know he's a Maple Leafs fan, and that we just can't tolerate. So
no, I'm okay with that.
I'm not. I absolutely not okay with Maple Leafs. But anywho, so if you want to play, we are going to repost the link again tonight about the Vampire League. I want to see your best vampire-themed fantasy football names for your teams, and that is how we are going to pick the players who are going to play with us. So some of the options that are out there right now or the names that have been provided so far. Charlene, Devontae, Suck Your Blood.
Yes.
Love it.
Charlene.
We've got a Count Dacula.
That's pretty good.
Also good.
Good one. We've got a one from another fellow Stacy is a Nail in the Goffin.
That's very good. They better get Jared Goff though.
Nasty.
Pull that off.
Exactly. We've got the LA Brams, like Bram Stoker.
Okay. I dig
That
it.
one you had to explain, but I'm pretty dumb. So
I don't know.
no, I'm saying
Well,
that,
I-
like it made sense
for
what you
yourself,
explained.
Keith.
It.
Read a
I'm
book,
like, I don't
Keith.
get it.
Yeah, read a
Read a
book.
book.
Rich,
They
seriously,
don't have books in
no
Georgia.
way.
They have these things that are called libraries. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but
Do they still have libraries?
Libraries? No, we don't do those. We also have a Never Met a Neck I Didn't Bite.
Oh, now that
Okay.
with the
That's-
That's creative.
That's fun. That's fun.
like
And
that a
then
lot.
we've got, this is a good one too. It's I May Drake Your Blood.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we
Smart
post
listen.
that, just comment on that post with your best team theme name. I'm keeping track on all these right here. So we will let you know that draft is going to be on August 29th. It is a Thursday night. We are teaming up with Fantasy Football Weekly at 8. We're going to be live streaming that draft for 2 hours. And then, like I said, that's going to be on a sleeper format. So, easy breezy. And we're going to come up with some special prize to give to the inaugural winner of our listener league. We'll find out what that is once we decide what it is.
there's one in the
Extra
chat
points.
now.
That's
really
so good.
That's
Well,
my
that's
wife.
not good.
So
She's
good.
not gonna play, but
Oh,
she dropped
dude.
that one.
Not with that attitude.
great.
Kind of has to now.
Cheers on that.
That was so good.
Monica,
Yes.
we could team up and play together.
Yeah,
Right?
Monica, A+. Bravo. Good job. Nosferatua.
I'm going to tell you, bonus points in the Shadows is like one of my favorite TV shows of all time. So if you
Oh,
do something
yeah.
from that show, there's a good chance I'm going to pick you.
If you listen, I named my cat Nadia after What We Do in the Shadows.
Such a great show.
Yeah,
Yes,
big fan.
absolutely.
Lots of options, guys. Lots of options out there.
And
Guys,
bonus
it is-
points if you include wieners in the name. So
Oh my God. There's no, okay, just don't include that in no more DMs, right? Unless they're going to Keith. And then in that case, feel free.
we look like Neo in the Matrix dodging them all. So
I can't. Rachel, it has been a pleasure having you here with us.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
putting up with our absolute nonsense tonight. We just love you so much. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find your content, and how to get in touch with you about Unwind if they are listening out there and they want to join the group.
So yeah, you can find me over on Twitter or Instagram at TootsiePop6 and also the Unwind FF Twitter handle. The next Unwind event is this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We would love to have any and all women to join us in whatever time zone you are. If that works for you at 2 p.m. Eastern, come join us. And then you can find my writing content over at In Between Media. I write fantasy football, sports betting, and entertainment content over there. So check it out. I just dropped an article today. So just always keeping busy and having a lot of fun.
Nice. Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat, all of our first time live show viewers and drafters, and everybody else who hangs out with us every week. You guys are wonderful. We love coming and hanging out with you on Thursday nights and drafting with all of you. Smash that like and subscribe button if you enjoy the show tonight. If we were just the right kind of crazy for you. You can get more of our content every Thursday night. We are here at 9 o'clock. You can give all of us a follow. All of our handles are on the screen. We're on the Twitter machine, Fantasy and Frames, social media. Find us, subscribe, like all those good things, guys. We will be back. Willie Bob, I see your comments in the chat. I can't, man, because we're all gonna crack up and it's I can't. But you guys all see it. It's hilarious. You're exactly what we're looking for there, buddy. So hope you're going to join the league with us. Nico, glad to see you join here at the last minute.
he's saying it's way past his bedtime.
It's past
Oh,
Nico's
shut the hell
bedtime.
up.
We've got to get going. We will see
He
you
looks
all.
like he's sleeping in your arms.
Oh,
God
he
bless
is.
him. That poor little dog is so tired, Keith. Like, let that thing go to bed. We're out.
Well, he
We will-
sleeps 14 hours a day. It's a tough life.
It's a tough life, guys. We're out. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.